our top 32 game from the season 12 finals playoffs. We have Torbjorn Hansen, versus Aumakua. Both players have very difficult names for me to pronounce, so this will be very interesting. Torbjorn has a looks like we've got a web warrior defenders. What am I seeing here? This is we got Midnight Suns web warrior team. And let's see, and on Aumakua's side, we have looks like X-Force slash Cyclops leadership team. That's pretty sweet. Cyclops team, yeah. All right, cool. This will be a really interesting match. And today with me on commentary is Joe Kirkwood. How's it going, Joe?
Hi. Yeah, not too bad. Nice and rainy here in England, as usual.
Yeah, what do you think about the lists here? There's no, like, when I see these lists, I see no CGR, no Thanos, no, like, I guess
Yeah,
we do have an Immortal Hulk, but
yeah, yeah. I like that there's Amakua's got some of the new characters from the core set as well. So Invincible Iron Man, Captain Marvel, Cosmic Avenger. So it'd be interesting to see how they're played.
yeah, that's right. Can he make an X-Force list? Yeah, he's got three X4. He's got four X-Force characters. Does he have Cat and Mouse? I guess would be the next question. He doesn't. Looks like he's running a Cyclops, probably based on what he's playing. I love the lists here. These are really cool. We have a priority roll, and let's see what we get. Let's try the timers on. Let's see. Okay, so we have. Okay, okay. Torbjorn has won the roll, and let's see if he chooses his secures or extracts. He's got two D shapes, and he picks his secures for Riot Spark Extremist over struggle for the cubes. So this is actually the core set, the original core set mission, demo mission that you would play.
Yeah, classic.
So this is like the OG mission, the original, and now we've got new characters from all over different release timings, and let's see how the game has evolved.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think this will be a good matchup. I've played both of these players before as well, and they're very good.
Yeah, last time I played Aumakua, he whooped my butt. So I haven't had a chance to play Torbjorn.
Probably on once, and I think it was maybe my first ever game of MCP, and he wiped the floor with me. But that's the good thing about this game, that even if you get wiped the floor with, it's still fun. So it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it's this both players are really good. So there's no crazy like game defining pieces. I mean, Immortal Hulk is pretty, can be game defining, but like he's definitely not as wild as CGR. I mean, it's crazy how like meta warping he is, and it's like the entire game changes if you have to play against him. But
And the weird thing about, well, not the weird thing, the good thing about Torbjorn is he was at the WTC, and he was one of 12 out of however many players they had there that went 5-0.
okay, so one sec, you're a little.
Pretty impressive.
Gotta get your volume up here. There we go. All right. Yeah, Joe Kirkwood is joining me on co-commentary. Joe, apparently you're a little quiet. I turned your volume up, so let's see if that works.
Is that any better?
Oh man, that's loud for me. I don't know about you guys in the. Yeah, Joe Manji should join me on co-commentary if he's interested. Let me know, Joe. I'd love to get you on to join me on a cast.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I play Joe relatively regularly.
Maybe if Joe Manji joins me on a CGR mirror, that's probably right where we want him, right? It'd be pretty electric commentary, I'm sure. It'd be, or I should say, fire. The commentary would be fire. Schmidt says he has to put Joe on 200%. Oh yeah, cool, cool. Yeah, awesome.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so yeah, let's see what they're playing 17 points. So it's like if you bring Immortal Hulk
Mm.
here, you're bringing 10 more. You're playing if you're playing I don't think you're playing Immortal Hulk though, right? You're playing Web Warrior here. This is the why you bring Web Warriors for the D shapes. I think that's actually now that I think about it,
Yeah, it
that's
has to be.
Torbjorn has a great list here. He basically has a plan for winning or losing priority against different teams. If you win priority, you get your D shapes and or you get infinity, which are rotation. Like you can rotate on those pretty effectively as web warriors, especially with like an extract lead. Like that's what you're all about. Same thing on this shape too. So I'm expecting a web warrior team to come out, and we have Aumakua playing a Cyclops leadership. Looks like I don't think he had any really way to pivot unless you run without uh, affiliation tactic cards. So let's see what he does with the Cyclops leadership against what is looking like a Webs team.
Mm.
Okay. Cyclops. What do you play with Cyclops? Uh well, that's 4 points. You have 13 more points to build your list. If you throw Carol in there, you're what are you looking at here? You're looking at 9. You need 8 more points. It's rough because you're going to go 4 wide if you bring
Yeah.
Carol in. So I don't think she can come in here. I think you could play Iron Man maybe, and then you'd have to play 3 threes, then gets you to 17. I'm a little nervous because I have played Cyclops' leadership, and I'm it's cool, but the web's game plan is
Mm.
just so powerful that if you it's just a very powerful team that if you don't have like the mobility to catch them, you really
Yeah,
need to
especially with the actions um, and how maneuverable they are. You're already on the back foot.
yeah, exactly. They're gonna grab that middle cube with ASM, I'm sure. ASM
Yeah.
is likes the cubes decent amount because he can pick one up but still have 2 power next round to web swing. I mean,
Mm.
all the webs that have those 2 power, that have the 2 power superpowers will be able to. So Tor got priority and picked my secures because X-Men pay to flips is not fun. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so they're saying here that okay, they wrote in the chat that Torbjorn picked. He didn't want to play against X-Men pay to flips.
Yeah, which is fair.
Yeah, totally reasonable here. Okay, so let me go through the list here. We have Torbjorn running a Web Warrior team. He's got Wong and Black Panther. Pretty sweet. We've got ASM, Miles, and Gwen. And let's see what we got for cards. We have Spider Tracker all webbed up, Brace for Impact, Fallback, Patch Up. It's just like a great webs list here. All right, so then we've got the new
Mm.
Cyclops leadership, and we have Cyclops with X-23, Wolverine, and we also have another Wong and Spider Woman. We've got First
Mm.
Class, To Me My X-Men, No Matter the Cost, Exceptional, Fallback. And very interesting here. I like that he brought a steal. I like they both brought Wong, which is also very interesting to me. We've got healing factor with Wolverine and X-23 for the cubes. So I think that both players brought great teams for the mission.
Yeah, I think it should be a good match because, like we've said before, it seems really classic. Like there isn't anything, even though they had them in a rosters, there isn't anything brand new, and it's pretty much what you would expect from a Web Warriors and an X-Men list.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I like the mobility of X-23 and Wolverine, right? X-23 has her medium move off of her spender, and so she can get attacks in and get the movement. And I like Wolverine has that charge. We're
Yeah,
we're
Wolverine charge is scary when you're playing against it.
yeah, we're not going to see a charge on round one. He doesn't. Oh, actually, we might with Wong, but I doubt it now. Looking at the positioning, Wong could give Wolverine an extra power to get that charge online. But it's if Wolverine picks up a cube, that's also good for him. He can just like charge next turn.
Yeah,
And So and then we've got X. Let's see, spider. Yeah, this is like. I mean, this is pretty straightforward placement. Like, there's nothing really crazy here. Let me just go through it. But we have Torbjorn playing ASM in the middle to grab the middle cube. He's also got Black Panther and Wong beside him, and he's got Ghost Spider on the north flank, and he has Miles on the south flank. And then we've got on Aumakua's side we have Cyclops in the middle with Wong, and we have Wolverine opposite to Gwen on the north side, and we have X-23 and Spider Woman on the south side opposite to Miles. Cyclops is the leader here. I think that's what they're tabbing about, and we're saying we gotta
Mm.
figure out the leader for the spiders. Playing first class. We'll figure out who the leader is for the spiders.
Yeah.
I think that
It's whether he's going with
both are
ASM or Miles.
totally viable. I like the ASM leadership because you can put slows on the X-Men um, who are already not as good at rotating as the Web
Yeah,
Warriors,
I would
but
expect that's the one he's going to use than Miles.
going with Black Panther, I like it. He doesn't. He. This is really. This is a great decision. It's like a little game time switch here. You'd think ASM would grab this, but
Yeah.
Black Panther having cover and having counting blanks means that if Cyclops does attack him, he's likely not taking much damage, and it lets
Mm.
ASM rotate and maybe even grab a one of his opposite cubes, taking an extract lead. If and looks like, oh, look at that, to counter this, Aumakua is going for, he's dive bombing
Mm.
Torbjorn's extract.
Yeah, he's seen that's what ASM's probably going to be doing. So he's mitigating that. That's a good vision from him there.
Yeah, Aumakua is a pretty creative. Like, he's big. He's big brain, all right. Because when I played him, and he brought CGR, Voodoo, and Bill, and
Oof.
he was using chains of Sidorak on his own characters to reposition them. And when
Amazing.
I was displacing those characters off of points and all that, and he was like moving Ghost Rider around and using chains to bring his characters back onto the secures. It was pretty cool to see.
That sounds fun when you're not playing against it.
Well, you know what? It was fun because I also
Yeah.
brought CGR. So
All right. Oh
we
yeah.
were equally degenerate. But okay, so the all right, we've got Gwen grabbing a cube here, rotating back. That's what you'd like to see out of
Mm.
just Gwen's a backline character. Like, the one thing that a WebWare player will do, a great WebWare player. I mean, the ones that I mean, they're all great because, like, I always get smacked by webs. Webs is like my nemesis. But um, but then what you do is with Ghost, if you go with Gwen early, you want to be in a position on round two to be able to defend your team with web lines. So
Mm.
Ghost Spider being in range 4 of Black Panther here is, it might not do anything this round, but next round, like, it might be a very impactful positioning decision that he probably thought about, or he knows to do this, like, subconsciously because of the amount of reps he probably has with webs. So we've got Wolverine going here, looking like he's just going to do a
Mm.
double walk on the cube, or he looks like he's playing To Me
I
My
think he's
X-Men.
playing to my X-Men. Yeah. And that's the thing with this game, isn't it? That it's much more like chess. That you're actually having to think 2 or 3, even 4 steps ahead
Yeah.
when you play stuff, rather than. And that's the thing of being a new player. You're just trying to kind of figure out what your next play is, but these next level guys are able to think 3 or 4 kind of steps ahead.
Yeah, it is. It does take a decent amount of reps to kind of understand what's happening, or like if you're losing, even though you're winning, it's on points. Maybe you're losing next round, or like you're seeing
Yeah,
what's about to happen the next activation or next round, even. And here we go. We have a dive from Torbjorn, and he's
yep,
grabbing the home cube. With no matter the cost with Aumakua though, like the question is like, does he get a range 3 attack into ASM? I don't think so. I think that ASM is going to be able to
yeah,
tank this X-23 hit in all likelihood. He's going to have a 3, excuse me, a 3-2 extract lead. Um, so because they both each stole opposing cubes.
yeah. Yeah, I think ASM would be able to tank it because, I mean, I don't want to do commentary curse now, and but with his rerolls and um, kind of witty banter, I think he'd probably be okay there. But we'll see.
Yep. So we have Wong giving a power to Cyclops. It looks like.
Mhm.
Hold on, am I mistaking something? How did he? Who gave who what? Oh yeah. So Cyclops got a power because he already spent the power on To Me My X-Men,
Yeah,
and we're just putting Wong on the back point. Looks like we're probably gonna be sending Cyclops and X-23 onto into getting attacks with them, maybe powering up the leadership.
mm.
Okay, so Wong for Torbjorn's side is going to also do the same thing where he's just going to move onto the back point here. Looks like he also is giving power to somebody, I think.
I think it was.
Trying to figure out what just happened. Who did he give power to? He gave power to Miles. Okay. So all right. So Miles now has enough power to do a web swing, which
Mm.
means that if he puts anyone on this extremist console, they could get hit and displaced off of it. So that's why he's probably going with Cyclops here is the way to go. That way, Miles isn't attacking anybody, isn't able to displace anybody off of a secure this round. I don't think. Let's see. So we've got Cyclops going into ASM. He also measured with Black Panther, so if he does get the hit wild trigger, it'll let him do an attack into both characters.
Yeah,
Oh, 3 into no blocks. I don't know if I think they do have cover on ASM here though, because of that clipping that shadow of the building. He rerolls into
mm.
2. Let's see. He's rerolling the blank, so it's suggesting that he doesn't. I mean, he blocks it all. So Andy gets a crit, so he rolls
Yeah,
into more power for him. Cyclops is going to have a little bit of a tough time here, I think, punching through Black Panther and ASM. He's just got regular
yeah.
5 dice attacks. So Miles is placing outside of 2 of Spider-Woman because she does have Martial Artist. So he's going to be rolling a 6 dice physical into 4 dice from her.
Yeah,
Here we go. All right, we've got a throw with the wild, but we've got it all blocked. So we're going to take probably she's going to take a throw damage
mm.
from this attack. Maybe she could get displaced, but I don't know. I don't like Spider-Woman being closer to Wong and Gwen, the weaker characters on the team. I think
No, yeah.
you throw. There we go. And she got thrown into the building. She took a damage. And so that is we got X23 to go, and then it will be round. So unless X23 is basically forced to get on the point with Miles, or we're gonna see a 2 point difference in scoring. The question basically is like,
Mm.
do we play no matter the cost here on X23 into ASM, or do we just double walk into onto the point?
Mm.
I'm it's really tricky. I don't know. Like, I think that maybe you play it because it's like you already feel like the pressure of the Webs team is quite a bit. Um,
Yeah, I think I personally think it'd be better to go on to the point because they're already better at kind of maneuvering than you and going two down.
okay, we're doing a regular attack. Are we doing? We're not playing them out of the cost, so we're doing a. All right. He's opting to go down by 2, and he is looking like ASM is tanking another hit here, gaining more power.
Yeah,
Man, ASM just like what a beast.
yeah, he's brilliant for that.
It's like it's that's very strong. ASM is very strong.
Yeah, it's I've just bought the new core set and it's like the only models in real life that I have, and going from ASM to the new Spider-Man is very jarring.
Yeah, I think I mean
Because
they're just different. They're
obviously there's a
different
lot of
kits.
they're
Yeah.
different threat levels, and you obviously you can't play them the same. But it's like, wait, I don't have all them rerolls.
Yeah, yeah, it can be. It's like I like the different character and what he offers, but he's definitely not. He doesn't have ASM's kit. That's for sure. Okay, so let's see here. We have priority going to Torbjorn. So let's see how he handles this. I think Miles. I mean Miles. So Miles only has 1 power, so he can't web swing again. Like you've got the Spider Woman here. She. Let's see. I'm trying to think of like what he does as the ASM as the Web Warrior player. You
Mm.
probably. Huh. You've got lots of pressure on both sides, right? Wolverine is about to move and charge into your back line, right? Into Gwen, I would imagine. So Gwen is nervous, rolling with only 4 dice. I don't know what leadership we're using right now, but we're probably using Miles' leadership now that I think about it because of Black Panther being on the table, right? He gets to reroll skulls when he can attack, and he's got
Right.
reroll all. But um, I'm actually not sure. Well, I guess we'll find out when we see a more attacks coming through on Cyclops if he gets that leadership reroll.
Yeah, yeah.
So anyone that if Torbjorn is able to daze any characters before they've activated, the priority will switch to the Cyclops team. I think that on this matchup, you probably want to go last with Torbjorn probably wants to go last. That way he can like out
Mm.
rotate the team. His characters
Yeah,
are
exactly.
relatively tanky, and you can displace characters as they are done activating, putting you at a significant point advantage on the secures, and you already have the extract advantage. So maybe what you want. I guess it depends on how much damage your webware team is hit with.
Mm.
If you're hit with
Yeah,
too
because
much
they'll
damage, you'd
only
want to
carry so
go.
much.
Yeah,
They're not invincible.
that's right. Shane says that I never sleep, and that's accurate. That's like accurate today. I
It's
just, oh man, I went
just
to
seem like
sleep, closed the stream out, went to bed, went to sleep like 30 minutes later, and then wake up like 7 hours later, or less than 7 hours later, and here we go. We're back at it.
I think I get more notifications about your streams than texts from my wife. I'm like, oh, there's another stream.
It's been
It's
pretty
good.
fun.
Like,
I know that we're
yeah,
running and into the end though, right? So that's why I'm all about it right now because I know we only have a limited amount of games left this season. So
yeah, true.
okay, we've got Torbjorn doing a big hit with ASM. I think this is ASM into Spider Woman, right? It
Yeah.
must be, and that's a huge hit. 5 through on Spider Woman. She's dazed. Oh my gosh, that was massive. She's gonna drop the cube. And she's gonna put it in a spot. Yeah, typical webs. Yeah, exactly. They're monsters.
Yeah.
Someone stop them. My gosh, they're a terror. We've got a cube drop on Spider Woman. We'll come up here, and I guess the question is falling back. Do you want to fall back or not? And it looks like um, he's just out of range to pick up the cube. The medium tool right there. Basically the rule, the way to look at it is like if your medium tool can reach your character, you will have the range to grab the cube. And he did
Right.
a
Yeah,
quick,
when it's that thing.
yeah, exactly. So when he measured it, he saw that ASM couldn't contact the medium tool from Spider Woman. He knew that he would likely not be able to pick it up.
Right.
Oh, he's just doing a move action, pick up the cube, and there
Yeah.
we go. ASM's got 2 cubes now. And the Extremist console too. Wow, this is great for
Yeah.
the Web Warrior team because they'll get their damage through maybe, and then they will be able to heal that cube damage off the Extremist console most of the time. So that's ASM got 2 cubes, no damage,
Yeah.
and also ASM is now out of range 3 of X-23. This is going to force her to take at least one move action. So it was not only was it great, obviously the attack was phenomenal. But the positioning here to make
Yeah.
the X-Men do
Yeah.
more move actions is exactly what you want when you're just trying to survive.
And that's classic webs. Just like move, 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 move.
Yeah, well they've got that web swing on so many of their characters that like they're going to be double attacking you a lot of the time while you're having to spend at least one action moving. Okay, so we have Wong going. He's going to be gaining power and probably passing that power to Cyclops, I think. I don't know if he has range on X-23. Yeah, Joe, you're right. If X-23 double move next turn, she'd be able to double attack this turn, which would have been more impactful. Even playing no matter like that's why no
Mm.
matter the cost there would have been you play no matter the cost and you prevent a VP. So you get an attack and you get a VP basically by stopping Miles from getting it. It was probably worth the cost of the tactic card, right? If you had 5 tactic cards, I mean like, this is what like Kirchhoff has said a few times, and it's like the logic is, I mean, it makes sense to me. It's like if you had 5 tactic cards that said pay 2 power, prevent your opponent from gaining a VP, you would probably, I mean, those could easily just like hit the table for you. Like at least like you could.
Mm.
So in no matter the cost case, you got an also you got an attack in with X-23 with that card as well. So I would have liked to see no matter the cost. Looking back, hindsight is 2020, but no matter the cost was probably the right play there to put X-23 in a position to double attack. Anyway, we have Wong. Is this Wong going? Yep. So he's gonna
Yeah.
heal Black Panther and then just be done. So both Wongs have now gone, and it's now back to Aumakua's turn.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he does here
Yeah.
with ASM completely annihilating Spider Woman.
Yeah, we have we're gonna. I mean, let's see. He's got. I would maybe like to see. Let's see who has priority here. So we have Amakua has priority next turn. I would like to see I would like to see setup for that,
Yeah,
and just focus on making sure your characters aren't in a position to be able to deal with that. Which means what I'm saying is that if Wolverine goes into Gwen before she activates, it's a problem for it's a problem because then he loses priority if he dazes her.
yeah,
And you don't want to. I think I think we're going to see an all webbed up probably at the beginning of round of the next round, if the opportunity presents itself. Like if you bring X-23 and Cyclops over to where ASM are, you're going to see all webbed up as soon as Tobiorn activates, and then you're going to see them like ASM like dip out of there, and so we're going. So that's the problem that you have to try to think about when you're setting up. This is why webs are so freaking tricky for me. It's like I just walk into all webbed up every time. Oh, four characters are all slowed, and now I'm just getting my butt kicked, and they get all my stuff, and it's just like, how do you how do you beat that? Oh man, you just have to
I feel
roll
like the
priority
key
and
on
win. You have to win
normal.
priority and play demons, and then you have a chance against webs. Oh man, webs are
What are
like the.
the
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
ones you don't want to play against webs? Then, like, if you're playing against webs, what extracts do you want other than demons, like you said?
Yeah.
Is
So
it like gamma wave and that
Um,
sort of thing?
the thing with it,
They
the problem is that if you go with a middling brawling team, or like a like fours and threes brawling team, you you don't. I don't know if you have the Alpha Strike uh, characters to be able to take advantage of a priority activation. Like going first in a round might not have a significant impact because those characters are so tough. So it's like picking like picking a team like that and picking on fighting secures. Um, it's tricky. It's tricky because if you go against a another brawling team that has beefier characters or is like slightly narrower than you, it could be a problem. So uh, I would say that this league is interesting because you're playing. You can build it whatever list you want going into this match. Both players can. And so you can, if you think a player is going to bring a certain type of list, you can then bring your own list to basically counter that list. And
yeah,
hopefully that character advantage that you might have is enough to win you the match. So in this case, if Aumakua knew that we were going to see a Web Warrior team in here, maybe I would have brought Fightier Secures. Rather, he did bring Pay to Flips though, so it's like the other X Men game plan, totally reasonable. That,
yeah,
but you do need an answer if you do have to play webs on a D shape. I think when you're building a roster, and that
mm,
means including extract steals or including a fast, efficient attrition team that can punch through the webs. Maybe including no matter what is it called, a the attack, what is it where hmm marked for death, where they
yeah,
you remove stealth, you remove dice modifications, and you make them slow, like bringing a card like that. Uh if you don't have the mission crises to battle webs, you will need some tactic card support probably. So it's they're pretty tricky. They're pretty tricky. They're pretty tricky to play too. So anyone who plays them well, props to them, because I think that they require they definitely require a different a mindset in the game than what you see a lot. Right, a lot of players will try to win through attrition, and they will
yeah,
take the what are they gonna do? Um, they try to win the game by dazing a couple of characters, taking their extracts, and then like winning out by like round 4 after those key dazes. Whereas Web Warriors are usually pretty fine on their secures and like with the missions they like. They are totally fine not attacking you very often at all, or if at all. Okay, so we have Wolverine with a charge attack into a spender. He's got 4 dice, 4 successes, and he doesn't have any dice mods, unfortunately. So he's looking at 2 blocks from Gwen. she will take 2 damage, and she will get thrown after Wolverine places, or I think the place is before damage is dealt. So we're throwing, yep. So I think Wolverine should have been placing here, I believe. Before damage is dealt, you place, and then you also throw the character.
Yeah.
It was close enough to a range 1 place. I think he might have already been there, but she is clipping the piece there. The only problem here is that Gwen now, she's alive, so she can rotate to where Wolverine was and heal herself probably twice, maybe twice. Nah, she won't be able to, I don't think she'll be able to heal herself twice, but she can definitely rotate onto the building. What do we have? A pay 3 power. What am I seeing? Oh, healing factor is what happened just now. Okay. And Extremist Console, that's what it was. That's why he healed 3.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so now we have look. Well, I mean, Gwen's gonna go here for sure. She's gonna displace Wolverine off the point, heal herself, and um, and rotate. Let's see if she rotates to the top building here. It would seem like a good idea. She does have, but I guess the only downside is that Gwen, if she does rotate, you don't get the lifesaver ability online at all for your characters. So the question is, do you want to keep
Yeah.
that as a thing? And I think that's what Torbjorn's measuring here is like, can Gwen die this round? And I would say yes, it looks like it. If X-23 can get her if um, if she moves up. Okay. All right, we've got an Extremist Console heal. And the question is she going to attack Wolverine at all? Or nope, nope. It's definitely the right call to not attack him because he'll just healing factor it off anyway. So
Yeah.
it's like free power for him. So yep, pulling him off of the secure here is definitely the way to go. And Wolverine does have the ability to charge next turn because of cubes. So it's like he can get back onto the point and do 2 attacks anyway. It looks like we're opting for a 4 dice attack, looking for the wild for the push, and he gets it. He gets only the wild, so it gets blocked. This is like best case scenario for Torbjorn here. No damage to Wolverine, so no free power for him.
Yeah.
Oh nope, never mind. He did the looks like he did the builder. He did the spider technique
Right.
to get a free advance. Okay, so he's setting up for a web line, maybe, or web lifesaver. I don't know. I would have liked to see Gwen rotate into a different spot, but I think Torbjorn is definitely more experienced with me. So let's see if rotating Gwen over here was the right call. I will probably find out next round.
Yeah, knowing Torbjorn is probably thinking quite far ahead.
Yep. Yeah, I don't like that Cyclops could potentially get her here.
Yeah.
He has Miles left. He has Miles and Black Panther left. So the one issue that Cyclops is going to have is that he's going to be able to pick up the cube anyway. Like if Torbjorn will be able to pick up that second cube or the cube that Gwen drops with Black Panther or Miles, probably Black Panther because he's not on a secure, and so it's I mean, this is good. I think this is needed, but it's not going to slow down Torbjorn's scoring right now.
No. It does put him in range of Black Panther as well, so he'd be able to. kind of double tap Cyclops if he moves up to there, I would have thought.
Yeah, if he gets that hit wild trigger, speed of sight, I think it's what it's called, and that would, yeah, he gets the wild pushes on his attack too. Man, when Cyclops, the thing is that when Cyclops gets both triggers, like he just needs the hit wild to get both. He feels awesome, especially when you're playing a positioning like a displacement type of game. Cyclops feels incredible when you can displace 4 models in a turn. I had a game, I had like a tournament game where I played Cyclops and my opponent was playing Hydra on Fisk, and he double walked 2 characters onto the Fisk point, and at my like last activation was Cyclops moving up, and he hit the wild push and the speed of sight, so it was able
Nice.
to displace both characters off of the
Um,
point, and it kept parity for the game, and it was awesome. I think he did that like another couple times too in the game where he was able to hit like 4 characters and or just like displace multiple characters in a turn. It was like when Cyclops gets those triggers, it just feels so awesome. The problem is that uh, he's uh, he's just like he doesn't have Pierce or anything like that, right? So it's like he doesn't isn't as punchy as it's nothing crazy, right? He's just rolling regular attacks. His attack is just as good, like other than the triggers. His attack is just as good as
mm,
like the 2 threat honey badger, right? The range is there, but it's interesting how 5 dice and 6 dice is like quite the difference,
mm,
and 7 dice is just like a monster roll. A lot like especially if it's like a 7 dice builder, you're just like, oh my god, I'm getting hit by a monster attack here. And then but 2 dice less is just totally reasonable 5 dicer. Okay,
yeah,
we have a blank out on Cyclops. That's a huge bummer here. He did hit
yeah.
and run, so Um, yeah, Aumakua is not getting the dice that is hoping for out of a team, Cyclops team that is like all about getting damage through.
Mm. And hitting them triggers as well.
Yeah, that's the thing too, is that you're against Webb's team, who like are notorious for like taking no damage because of their defensive tack, and you're running Cyclops leadership, who only gets power when you deal damage with attacks to your opponent. So he's not uh, he's not able to get a leadership here very often because
It
he only
just
got
doesn't have the
leadership
damage.
once. Like, let's see here. I don't even think he got it once because when he attacked with Wolverine, he might have been outside of range 5 of Spider
Mm,
Woman.
from
Spider
attack.
Woman's dazed anyway. So yeah, he hasn't got the leadership benefit once so far. It's tricky. Webs are a tricky faction to play against. Yeah, I don't think Storm is in Amakua's list right now. I think he was committed to the uh, Cyclops game plan. He had enough
Mm,
characters to build X Force, but he didn't bring any tactic cards. So yeah, we're. I think he was pretty committed to playing a team like this. We've got Spider Tracker from Cyclops is so we've got Gwen playing it. Oh man, that card is just really. If you're winning, that card is just
yeah,
phenomenal. So it's a move. It's triggered off of a move action, and we have the hit and run ability is an attack action followed by a move action. Therefore, it's putting and see there we go. When we said, "Oh, I don't like that move," like she's kind of vulnerable. She wasn't because Torbjorn knew he had Spider Tracker the whole time. That's
yeah. So
there you
if you
go.
move the one, that's it.
There you go. So you just look clearly he's much more experienced with this web team than I am playing against it or being familiar with it. So there you go. Cable is very good at killing Miles, Joe says, and yeah, that makes I can see that. Okay, we've got Cyclops going into Miles here. See if he gets that hit wild trigger. Oh, and he does. He gets 3, but Miles
Mm.
tanking 2 hits here.
Yeah.
Let's see if he. Yep. So we are playing Miles leadership because he did reroll a skull. He's rerolling the missed skull. We have no damage through, so we have a wild push, and we have a speed of sight trigger. All right, we're going into Black Panther again. Maybe he'll
Yep.
be able to push some damage through because Black Panther has been tanking every attack so far into him. He's got 3 dice with cover and blanks. Panther rolls 2 successes. Oh man, Cyclops. She's not rolling hot, Cyclops.
No. Especially against Panther.
Okay, so we have Panther and Miles, and we've got X-23 on the other side here. Panther, I think Panther just rotates to that northern extremist console, giving him
Mm.
a so now, yeah, because now we're gonna have Miles here on the point and attacking Cyclops. Like just not other than just make him take move actions next round is really what he's probably looking for. Yeah, no successes with Miles here. So he just did a move action and an attack. He didn't have power for the web swing. He's done, but X-23 isn't going to get any VPs this round unless she's able to daze Miles or ASM, which would make the parity on that secure.
Yeah.
The other problem though, is that like if Black Panther has auto push on his attacks, Panther can go take Wong secure. There we go. That's even better idea. Panther just does one attack
Mm.
into Wong and puts him off the point. And yep, I like that a lot. There's too many resources are needed on this bottom flank here from Aumakua's team, which means that he can. The web warrior team is just going to. Oh man. This is very strong. The web warrior team is in such a strong position. He's gonna all webbed
Yeah,
up next
maybe
turn
if
too
we
and
had to
everything.
go to the back point where Wong is to kind of maybe protect that one.
Yeah, X-23 is going to have back-to-back activations here, most likely, right? She's going to be able to activate now. And let's see if she pushes through any damage. Because if she puts either of these characters on low health, she can activate beginning of next round. And she'll be able to daze them. So let's see. She gets 2 crits here. This could be good. Boom, there it is. And that's going to be... get the reroll. That might be enough if he gets the conversions.
Oh,
No, it looks like he gets 5 with a pierce. And look at this. Look at this monster block from Miles. Blocks 3. We've got a witty banner played, so we're re-rolling the wild. But the pierce should already go through. So this is something to watch out for. The pierce, so it should be only 2 blocks from Miles. We should be seeing 2 damage.
right.
Yeah. The okay.
So look. Ah, yeah, 2. There we go. I was just about to say he's only taken 1.
All right, yeah. So that's a really important thing to note. Is that yeah, you're doing the attacker does the dice mods on your opponent's dice before the witty banner happens, which is like the final step of all the dice mods. And so
Yeah.
you have to make sure it's interesting because like you think you're getting rid of the pierce, but you're not. You're still only affecting one success. Like you're not changing two successes, which is what the pierce, removing the pierce would do. But yeah, so it's leadership. I'm not sure what that means. Okay, well, we have Panther going, and he's going to do
Maybe
exactly what Joe
he's really
suggested.
on for the leadership.
Okay, yeah. You mean like the leadership reroll with Miles?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have Black Panther doing exactly what Joe Manji suggested, which is like definitely the right play here. Aumakua has a phenomenal block, but it's not going to matter. Well, hold on. Sorry. Who's rolling what? Wong just rolled 5 blocks on 3 dice. Man, oh my god, look at those rolls. Oh my gosh, Wong spikes. That's fun. That's crazy, man. What an amazing defensive roll. It's unfortunate that like he really didn't need it at all. I mean, surviving here is nice, but it's just very funny that like oh my gosh, 5 blocks on Wong. What a that's
It's
phenomenal
like
roll.
my game with Joe Manji yesterday. Joe, he spiked and rolled six. I think it was 6 or 7 hits on 4 dice.
That's yeah, that's I love when that's like what this game's all about, right? This game's all about getting more successes than dice rolls. It's good. Oh man, the okay, so we had uh 3 secures for Torbjorn, and we have like he should have I was just gonna say like the 5 that okay, the score is more representative.
Mm.
That's very I think that we're seeing exactly the web's game plan work exactly how he like is hoping it works. This is like best case scenario for the web's team. They are gonna score out just on extracts,
Well, yeah,
and
exactly.
you just run away. I mean, of course, you're gonna lose an extract in all likelihood. On this X23 activation, or like I mean, maybe not. Like someone's gonna lose an extract. We've got a steal with Spider Woman, and we have we have a steal with Spider Woman, and we'll take an extract away. So really, it's like, how do I keep 3 extracts and and then just take 1 secure? Actually, now that I think about it, Spider Woman. Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say it, but Joe's quicker than me. He says Jess takes 2, and that's right. Jess can make ASM drop
Right.
all cubes here, all extracts she's
Nice.
holding, so she could pick up 2 of them, and that will help Aumakua like stop Torbjorn from winning out this round.
Yeah, and that's an auto one as well, isn't it? It doesn't need to get a specific trigger with that spender.
Yeah, it's nice. Let's see. How much power does she have? She has 8 power, so she she could do another. She doesn't have enough power to do anything crazy here. Where she could, if she had 10 power, she would have been able to place within 2 and do 2 attacks. That would have been a total of 8 power. Okay, so I was just trying to do math out if she could also do it into Gwen to make her drop, and I mean she could, but she wouldn't be able to pick up all 3 cubes with that math.
Yeah.
So let's see if let's see what she does here. We've got fallback. We've got fallback. So if ASM does daze here, we might see that card played to prevent Jess from being able to grab the cubes and then run away.
Mm.
Um, okay. So we have a low attack, no defense either, but we're going to do a full reroll with ASM. And what does he get here? There we go. 1 block. We've got a Miles leadership. So he's taking 1 so far. Looks like he takes 1 total. The problem with like bringing just like Spider Woman into webs is that like, or like when I played against them recently, it's like I brought Spider Woman and Miles with my Avengers team, and I brought Rhino too. Actually, it was a 20 threat game, so it's like we're bringing lots of characters.
Mhm.
So I brought Spider Woman, Miles, and Rhino into a Web Warrior team, and they brought Spider Woman, Miles, and Rhino into the matchup as well. So it was just it was not didn't work out for me because every time I would spender and take their extract, they would just spender me back and then take it back. Oh man, and yeah, it was a bummer. So let's see what Jess does with her second action here. She has enough power to do the web line.
Mhm.
Sorry, the I can glide not fly. This is a range two
Yeah.
place. So let's see what she does. Miles, like the problem is that Miles is going to basically do the same thing back to her if she stays in the area. But you might have to take that risk.
I mean, she could kind of come up to the top of the bank and maybe like
Yeah,
she wouldn't be able to steal, but she could probably at least kind of daze Gwen.
yeah, I like that. I like that idea. Doing the um, attacking into Gwen here. The the so the problem is that if you attack her now, you're in cover. But if you do the range two place, you might
Yeah.
not be close enough. She might be able to fall back and prevent you from getting the cube. Or okay, so
Right.
let's
Yeah.
see. Yeah, that's totally fair. The Okay, we're probably seeing a rotation here. It looks like then from Spider Woman. Interesting. I think you kind of have to go into Gwen though, because like if you rotate there, it doesn't matter. You're gonna get displaced by Gwen, and then your rotation was irrelevant. So I think you're kind of forced into hitting Gwen here. But it looks like he's opting for the rotation. We're paying 3 power for something for interrogate. Oh no, hold on. What is he paying 3 for?
So you can't interrogate, can he?
Oh, He's paying 2. He must have. Oh, he paid 1. Did he pay 1 to heal Wolverine? No. He paid 4 total. I'm trying to understand what just happened there.
Maybe you rotated, then paid the two for the I don't play glide.
Yeah, but he played. I don't know. Maybe I would have liked to see if she was able to keep 3 power there. Man, she might have been able to interrogate Wong. I don't know if the math adds up there, but if Wolverine went, could have dazed Wong potentially and then interrogated him. But it's uh
Mm.
it's tricky because like yeah, the Miles issue basically is that the Miles can just take from you. So it's like the pressure. Where is she? She paid 2 power for the cubes and 2 powers for the place. I think is why we're seeing 4 power.
Right, I see.
Yeah, they always trying to daze Miles, is what Joe's suggesting. Yeah, I mean that makes a lot of sense. That makes sense to me. You're already in a spot where you'd get a martial artist against ASM, so you probably can tank these hits, or like you'd hope to tank the hits. Although ASM can web swing out of martial artist and then attack you anyway, it's tricky. But you're in a because of the point differential, you're in a position where you have to get lucky with the dice rolls and like be able to take out these characters before they activate. And by rotating, and you're rotating not on the secure, I think you're putting yourself in a position where you have to get even luckier with your next activation.
Yeah, this is definitely what we were saying earlier that once they get such a big lead, like you're just on the back foot, and that lead just ends up running away with you.
Yeah, we have two cubes on the Web Warrior team, so they're looking just to get 2 more points. Black Panther, like who's gonna have last activation? I think like if Webs want to basically like I don't want to say guarantee the win, but like put themselves in the strongest position possible, they're going to be looking to daze a character and go last this round so that they can just like they can see exactly math out what they need to do to win and just rotate their characters to those spots. All right, we're seeing Wong move and heal Spider Woman. Sorry, Gwen,
Yep.
and then he's going, and that's an action, I believe. So he's just going to be sitting there. Yep, there we go. The Vishanti's blessing.
Protects the cube.
So now Gwen can survive, play fallback, and then double walk to a secure, like an empty secure potentially. If she is threatened now. X23 is probably going to activate here now, I would imagine, and now and probably just go for Hail Mary a little bit here by trying to get both these characters.
Yeah.
Let's go X23.
Yeah, with that power potentially frenzy into claw rush maybe.
Oh yeah, you can.
Guarantee
Insidiously
the
mad is saying like you could. I mean, yeah, the upside here, like the potential is getting all 3 of them. Like they're all 3 health left. All 3 of them have 3 health left. It's not too crazy.
No.
I think that not playing. Would you have played all webbed up here before and then just went into X23? Maybe not because if exceptional healing was online, so you really couldn't. Okay, so we're seeing a spender with X23 into ASM, I think. 6 dice with a pierce. This might be able to get him. He needs a good roll. Oh man, that's just so bad. Oh man, that's like heartbreaking. When you're like when you're needing the attrition to work and it just doesn't. It's just such a bummer. Okay, so we have no damage and ASM gets a power. Oh man.
Not what he needed.
Oh yeah. Now the interesting thing about the frenzy ability is that you have to um, be able to pay for it before you generate the power from the damage if you're doing a builder or a gainer. So it means that if X23 does another spender here, she can't frenzy.
Frenzy.
She can't
Yeah.
frenzy. So she has to build her here. Wow. That's oh man, yeah, I got some web warrior. It's easily mad. It's just oh man, yeah, that's funny. Let's see. Joe Manji says that X23 just one shots Supreme Strange and Ebony Maw in one activation. That's freaking wild. Yeah, she hits so hard, right? She's got I mean she hits harder than Wolverine without that charge on him. It's just phenomenal how hard she can hit. And she's got the dice mods and the reroll. She has everything you want, and she got a wild pierce. Like she's literally everything you want in a 3-threat damage dealer. And so normally she just hits harder than this. The Web Warrior team does have those rerolls that really help out on their defensive side. Okay, so we have no damage. What do we have? Oh my gosh, she went into ASM with a builder and Ganon did no damage. And ASM um, gains a power from the crit.
Did he get a crit?
Yeah, the defensive role. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, I don't. I'm not. Let's see here. What happened? I think he did. He did 1 damage to Miles. Okay, so he did 1 damage to Miles. And we saw Witty Banner. Okay, that's what it was. That's what it was.
Right.
We
Okay.
have a Witty Banter stopping the Wild, but you still get the Pierce. And so that's why we have 2 successes and 2 blocks, but we have one
Yeah.
damage through because
Oh,
the Pierce went through. And then that was the leadership. So X-23 got a power for the damage, and then Cyclops got a power for the leadership.
is that the second time this game that they've been able to do
I
that?
think the third leadership trigger for the Cyclops team. All right, we've got a web swing, just a slight adjustment, and we're going. Oh, maybe not. What's happening here? I'm trying to understand. Oh, was an accidental cleanup, or he just passed with the rest of his characters because it was game. I think maybe. Nope, that doesn't make sense.
No, I think it's
Cyclops hasn't gone yet, so I think they might have just hit it on accident. Yeah, they adjusted it back. So yeah, it was an accidental cleanup phase. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be really confident of Torbjorn. Just like
All right. Yeah.
yeah,
A little overconfident considering
we know.
Cyclops hasn't gone yet, but yeah. So he
Yeah,
moved Miles outside of range 3 of Cyclops so that he couldn't attack him without a move action. So he's gonna have to do a hit. Like if Cyclops wants to do anything crazy, he's gonna have to hit and run into ASM first. But we're seeing Miles probably attack into X-23 here, and X-23 blanks out with Miles rolling 4 so far, and 5 total. It means X-23 is going down unless she plays exceptional healing. I mean, ouch. We're playing exceptional healing here, so she's gonna take 1 damage.
really.
All right, so we have another attack with 4 dice into same in X-23 who also blocks nothing. Takes 2 more. Oh my gosh, man. And with that damage, with that damage going through, the Spider team has now effectively done more damage to the Cyclops team. I think that we're seeing, what are we seeing here? 7, 8 total damage done to the Spider team, and we've got 6, 7, 8, 11 damage done to 11 damage done to the Cyclops team. It's
Which just proves really how little damage web warriors need to do
yeah.
to still be so far ahead.
Okay, so we're looking at a probably a hit and run with Cyclops into ASM. It's the only viable target. I mean, I guess you have Black Panther too, but ASM is like the problem is that you've got to deal with these extracts. So you've got to deal with Gwen because she is holding a VP. You're gonna have to basically get the world here where you attack into ASM, get him, you get the move action, and then you can attack into Gwen and Miles with your second attack. So we're seeing a pay 2 power, so we're gonna see the hit and run.
Yep.
I would imagine, right? Like it makes a lot of sense to do that. Yeah, there it
Yeah.
is. Oh, dude. Ah, man. Yeah, yeah. If only Cyclops could pop off like one time. Damn, give the guy a break, man. Yeah, Rip is right. Oh, that's just
Poor guy.
yeah, poor guy is right. My gosh, that is rough. The problem is both these characters upside is like so massive, right? They both can do like Cyclops could do 4 attacks in a turn,
Mm.
and X-23 can do 3 attacks. And so just like that upside is just so huge, but like you're getting accurate portrayal of Cyclops from
Mm.
the films. Yeah, we're getting a gonna
Yeah.
reenactment here or whatever. Shot by shot remake. All right. Okay, so we're going into Gwen here. He needs to do this for to slow down the scoring, and she has cover though, and it's another not great roll. Gwen's living as of right now, but let's see if the crit can change that. I mean, she'd still live anyway. Nope. Damn. Blocks takes 1 on Gwen. I don't even, you don't bother falling back here. You're living, and Cyclops' turn is
Yeah.
over.
Yeah. There's no point.
Healing X-23, ending the round, and I think that's game. If that I don't see a way out of this. We've got, yeah, because like there's just characters are out of position. Gwen just displaces either Cyclops or X-23 off the point, and then just runs away. And then we're just scoring 2 on the bottom here, and Black Panther, like ASM, I don't know, maybe you pull him, but you can only pull 1 off the point. Interesting. So maybe you try to attack into one of them to do enough damage to pull them both off the point, and that way Miles can, Miles can win the point, and ASM can rotate.
Yeah, maybe.
And that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing, okay, so first we're seeing the displacement. Oh, no, we're seeing, what are we seeing? Yep, there we go. And the good thing, I mean, the cool thing about Gwen is that she's got that range 4 builder, range 4 gainer, which would let her automatically get enough power to also displace X-23 off the point as well. So that's what I think
Right.
we're going to
Yeah.
see here. We're going to see the gainer into X-23, and then we're going to see, um, yeah, we're going to see the gainer into X-23, I think, to guarantee the pull.
Yeah. Don't need triggers or anything.
Yep. There it is. Okay, or you just get her. There we go. Problem
Yeah,
solved.
that's one way of doing it.
And she's on the extremist console, so if she hasn't healed already, she can.
I think I did see a heal.
Okay.
Um,
Oh yeah. I don't know. I thought she started at 2 health. Like I don't know. Or sorry, started at 3 health. So I don't think she's healed yet.
oh no, yeah, yeah, my bad.
But either way, like it doesn't even matter. Like she's I don't think Wolverine. No one can get her, so it's like it doesn't. She doesn't need to heal, but she is. There it is.
Yeah,
Wolverine is going to. It can't do anything to stop this. We're going to go with what is happening here. Nothing. Wong is
um,
done, or we're ending. I think we're done here. Okay.
yeah.
They're calling it. So we're going to jump into their chat in just a second here. I'll just have them adjust the scores and. Uh, okay. All right. We're gonna go on their stream. They're done. Or into their
Okay.
chat.
Need to do anything, so he'll just run.
Yep.
Run. And then jump.
Yep.
Over there.
Yep.
But yeah. Hello, stream.
Hey guys, thanks for letting us stream the game. The Aumakua. Man, that was tough to watch Cyclops
Yeah.
not be able to
R.I.P.
do
good
things.
Yeah, I know. Did he get one hit? I think he got maybe one hit, but yeah.
Yeah.
So it is, man. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, what was your thinking with List coming into the matchup? Did you think he had webs or was going to play webs and what was your thinking with the roster you built coming into the match?
Well, I figured he's gonna play webs, but I was hoping that that's why I brought Spiderweb because I knew I needed somebody to steal at least. It was tough to say. I mean, like I think I set it up fine because even though I put Wolverine over here, I want to make sure that I had at least secured one spot. But I mean, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of long movers in a D map, so my hope was that Spider Woman would have at least lived a little.
Yeah.
When she went down to that shot, I guess in the second round, I think it was.
Yeah.
It was like, ooh,
She took 4 damage to a 7 dice attack.
Yeah.
yeah. So that was pretty tough, and it was just like, okay. And then the rolls just were not
No.
were not there. I mean, listen, Torben's a great player. I played him all the time, or I play him often enough, so I know his hijinks that he's gonna bring. So yeah, I'm not upset. It's like I'm playing a dice team, and my dice just weren't here. And Torben is a much more skilled player than me. So I mean, if my dice aren't working, then it's very hard for me to come back, especially against webs on a D map. So yeah, it was a good game, man. Regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah, Torbjorn,
Thank you for the game.
that was like a pretty, like, I don't know, it seemed like pretty straight, like the web's play is just like following the web's game plan. Where you like when you saw the crisis combination come up, like were you feeling pretty good, and you opted to go with Black Panther for the middle grab.
Yeah.
Why did you do that rather than grab with ASM like I guess like the typical opening move on this type of combination?
Because ASM can go over and pick both of the opponent's Fs. So
Yeah.
I automatically make sure that I have a 3-2 lead.
Right,
And
right.
this is why X-Men is not supposed to play 5-man extracts. And this is like, yeah.
Right, I see.
I feel like as soon as my opponent loses priority, this isn't a game anymore.
Oh man, that's pretty
That's kind of what the X-Men matchup is against webs. Like,
Right, right. I see what you're saying. You did have your models were tanking a lot of hits. You were rolling really well defensively, and ASM just got you, I don't know, like 5 or 6 power from defensive rolls.
yeah, like that's what he does. Like, I don't think turn 1 walking up with Cyclops and hitting an ASM in cover, like the average damage output there is 0. I'm pretty sure.
The Panther rotation into Wong was also like was great here to stop the VP. Just take a 2 VP swing basically, and so congrats on getting the win, and good luck in the top 16. Joe, do you have any questions for the players?
Just for Aumakua, did you consider bringing Storm as well, or was it always going to be Cyclops?
It was always gonna be. I don't have to on my list. So it was always gonna be Cyclops.
Fair enough.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you for letting us stream the game. I appreciate it a lot. I think the players watching and the people watching will appreciate it as well. So, thank you very much. I'm gonna head out and go back to bed. So, I will.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
and
catch you
have
guys
a great
later.
one.
Yeah.
It will be
Have a
fun
good
to
one.
see the VOD.
Yeah. All right. Catch you guys later.
Yep. Have a good one.